So I've heard this terminology, step up in basis, in related to inherited assets. Can you tell me what that is?
Yes, so I think in order to answer that, we should first take a step back and understand what basis means itself. So if your grandfather went and bought Coca-Cola stock, and he bought that stock for $20 for one share, then that is considered his cost basis, the $20 that he paid. If the stock, that Coca-Cola stock, were to increase to $40, then he has not paid taxes on that increase. He's paid the money he used to buy the stock, the Coke stock, the $20 was after tax money. But the increase, he's never paid taxes on. So, and that can really start to add up. We're talking about one share. Well, what if your grandfather he worked at Coca-Cola for 30 years and had been acquiring lots of shares?
Sure.
What does that look like? So what many people don't know, though, is what if something were to happen to Grandpa? If he were to pass away and you inherit that Coca-Cola stock, then you get something called a step up in basis, meaning you inherit the Coca-Cola stock, and that day it's valued at the $40.
Okay.
If you go and sell it, you owe no taxes.
Oh.
Where in the prior example, if Grandpa were to sell it, he was going to have to pay taxes on the gain.
Oh.
So sometimes if your grandfather's ultimate goal for that Coca-Cola stock was he knew he was going to pass it on to you, then he may be inclined to want to gift it to you or sell it and give you the proceeds. But if he knows that he's not going to need that ultimately, but he's going to keep it until something were to happen to him, then the best way to do that would be to just wait and let you inherit it via a trust that he has set up, or through the will, however that format would be, so you could get that step up in basis, because that could save a lot of money on the tax liability. And step up in basis, again, meaning from the value your grandfather bought it for to the value at the date of death, can be applied to other assets as well. So not assets held in a 401k or an IRA, again, because taxes have never been paid on that, but on real estate. So if he owned a second home, if he would have sold it prior to something happening, he'd have to pay capital gains, versus you just outright inheriting that. Then it's going to step up, and when you sell it, you're going to owe no capital gains. Mutual funds, some business entities even. So there's a lot of planning, preparing that can go into using the benefits of step up in basis.
Wow, there's just a lot to know about this.
Yes,
I can see where an expert like yourself is needed for anybody that's going through this and trying to minimize taxes and figure out those loopholes. So this is really informative.
Yeah, it often takes us, less time just to prepare, just to plan, versus the flip side. If we don't have that plan and we haven't prepared, then it could take you as the beneficiary so much more work to get that plan in place and to execute his wishes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good to know. Thank you.
Yeah.